Yeah, we swapped a few notes offline, but same amount of hair. Uh, ca
Fortunately, can't help
That's
you with that
right,
one.
that's right. No, but yeah, dropped a lot of weight, feeling strong, feeling fit. Yeah, just feeling good generally, really good. So yeah, in a good place.
How much weight have you lost so far?
Yeah,
About
15
15
kilos.
kgs, right?
Yep, yep. And by the time sort of factor in feeling a bit stronger, yeah, certainly leaner as well. So yeah, feeling, I when I started this, and sort of had initial conversations with you and Sonny, to think that I'd be safely under 100 kilos and in size 34 pants, I wouldn't have said that was sort of realistic. So possible, but not realistic, if you know what I mean. So no,
Mm.
really good to be at this stage. Yeah.
I'm proud of you. You look younger. You look healthier, happier. Look like you have more
Oh, there's
energy.
there's no doubt that I've got a better outlook on things and just easier to get up and moving and more energetic, more mentally alert. So all sorts of those related and sort of collateral benefits off the back of getting to the
Mm.
gym and being a bit smarter how I train and having that little birdie on my shoulder about what's going in my mouth and thinking twice and it's certainly a bit of an Achilles heel for me, but yeah, no, all feeling uh, all sorts of aspects of my life better for getting on the program.
Good to hear. And yeah, like I said, I'm proud of you, brother. You've come so far. You've just been crushing it.
Yeah, that's been good. I think that the last couple of months have been interesting because I off the back of sort of changing my not sort of changing my lifestyle, but making some changes to my diet and cutting out some of the crap that I was exposing myself to, and so that's now a lot less regular. But just training smarter and the sessions I got in per week meant that I was able to see some benefits and lose weight, feeling stronger, all that sort of stuff really quickly. So I've learned a couple of things from that. One, because I'm still training a lot, that it takes a lot to burn off the my lifestyle between being
Yeah.
social, not always, but often saying yes to the dinner invite or the lunch invite or to a beer or the next beer. But I've also, in my conversations with Sonny over the journey and sort of moments of self reflection, also know that, it, and we've had a couple of blasts of this as a family and as a couple over the journey. Sometimes you get those blasts of perspective when life is too short and friends are important, and saying yes to a catch up is the right thing to do. And if it means that, you know, in practice, I'm not going to lose any weight that week, then it's fine in the scheme of things. Particularly having dropped, the 15 kilos, but also knowing
Yeah.
that with that balance, that I can enjoy myself, knowing that I'm in a better place and training at the same time. So that I think that balance and perspective's been something that I've been able to have as a mindset that's helped as well.
Yeah, for sure. And those like client dinners and catching up with friends for a beer and things like that, it's always going to be
Yes.
there. No, especially, a guy at your level, high performing business professional. There's always going to be settings where you have to travel or you have to, yeah, like meet clients, have dinners, there'll be drinks
Yeah.
flowing and things like that. And I don't want you to have to give that up.
No.
I want you to be able to navigate around that so you can actually enjoy yourself and have that
Yeah, and
balance.
not blow out. Yeah.
And even exactly. And even look, even if you have a bad day or even if it's a bad week, you know, what's 1 week out
Yeah, just
of a
respect. Yeah.
whole
Yep.
year? It's a
100%.
small
Yeah, so I've got
percentage.
to be careful that
So
that doesn't become, 51 weeks of the year being social and one
exactly.
week of, the salads for lunch and dinner and a couple of shakes. But yeah, you're right. That's sort of the mindset I brought because, again, it was one through early discussions with Sonny. There's no use. Well, the point of it was, if you take me off the beers and said, no, you can't drink, Simon, well, I'm going to get annoyed and grumpy.
Yeah.
So I'm better off having a plan and going, okay, well, we're having a drink on Thursday. I've got to make sure I'm training Wednesday and Thursday morning to, get it in the bank. So that's been part of the discipline as well, to sort of have that not day to day, but have a
Yeah.
bit of a plan on any given week. So that's been good.
Cool. So that structure's
Oh,
helped a lot?
100%. Yeah, so it's a bit like that language that was used and even some of those motivational quotes that you post, around, that accountability and the idea of discipline overriding motivation, you know, um, is
Yeah.
is key. So that discipline, the accountabilities of the daily check-ins, um, how many steps now, I think that it's a good addition to the app, how many steps for the day, daily weight is just that birdie on the shoulder, so to speak, just to let you know that you've got to that discipline and accountability is important, because if you drop that, then probably a few other things drop off as well.
Yeah, and affects all the other areas of your
Yeah,
life
hundred
as
percent.
well.
Yeah, yeah,
When
yeah,
yeah, like work performance, how present you are with
yeah,
your family and things
yep,
like
yep,
that.
absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Motivation, I always say motivation's bullshit. Motivation's only there when you need
Yes,
it, when things are going
yes.
good. It's discipline that actually gets the ball rolling. It's a discipline that keeps you going once things do get hard. And I like to think that over the last year or so that we've helped you implement that discipline into your life. Because if we hadn't have, you wouldn't be 15
Oh,
kilos
there's
lighter
no
right
way.
now.
It's where it started. I was motivated to lose weight, but as you quite rightly called me out on, well, you said, Simon, it sounds like you've been motivated to lose weight for the last 3 years, yet here we are at the same weight you were, being overweight and not as fit as you want to be. So, does that really reconcile? So that was a good mindset to, uh, it's not quite flick a switch, so to speak, but to just sort of change that mindset and then go, okay, well, let's turn the idea
Yeah.
of motivation into some accountability to start with. And then that motivation builds off and momentum builds off, those gains made early doors. So it became easy to get into a routine, enjoy the benefits, enjoy feeling better, enjoy the, comments about me looking good, and, you know, going to the shops buying the new pants because the other ones were too big for me, falling off me. So that was good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Guess it's a hidden cost of the program, isn't it? You're gonna have to buy a whole bunch of new
That's right.
clothes.
Well, it's very easy to do that part. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Or at least fit back into the
Yeah,
old
well,
expensive
it's
suits
funny,
that a lot of people have in
I
their
had
cupboard.
the aspirational suit to sort of get back into, and of course, by the time I did, it was an old style, and it was too baggy, and it
Yeah,
didn't
okay.
fit properly. So, going to get a new one was good. As I said, fitting back into, safely in a size 34 pants is something I, honestly didn't think I'd be doing.
So good,
Yeah.
brother. So good. So when you first started, before like we did work together, just kind of rewind back for me. Like, where were you sitting at before we
In
started
terms of like
together?
a mindset and an
Like,
approach, or
like overall. So,
oh, yeah,
what
it's
was
sort
your
of,
actual body weight? What was your
yeah, well, sort of
lifestyle like?
lifestyle, I sort of let that get in the way and my calendar dictate to me. Yeah, the idea of going for a run by sort of wanting to muck around with my mates or be fitter was something that sort of nagged at me without actually doing anything about it. And so I'd probably
Mm,
lost 3 or 4 kilos 6 months before we caught up from actually, whacking on the heart rate monitor and trying to hit a monthly target. But then, for a few months there, I worked out that if it was one of those of My Zone, so I'm not sure you heard of it, but the idea is you get the MEPs and stuff,
yeah.
but you whack on the heart rate, and what I worked out, you're supposed to get to 1,300. You could get to 450 points. That's per month. You get to 450 points if you walk around a golf course. And to me, once I started doing that, instead of actually going to the gym or getting my heart rate up on a treadie or the stepper or cross train, I was like, I'm probably taking the piss a bit. So I sort of not doing it half-assed. So and then because of my sweet tooth, doing all the dinners and eating and etc. And
Yeah.
but then not working it off. So um, yeah, so it was sort of just not making the effort, making the time. When we got onto the program, though, it coincided with my daughter doing rowing. and sort of 2 early mornings a week, and so, that became easier for me to sort of switch on, and instead of like a lot of parents do, wake up, do the drop off, and then go back to bed. I'd get up, go to the gym,
Yeah.
and actually make something meaningful of it. So that was a really positive outcome, and does it coincide with the program? So yeah, not being, yeah, just sort of not training. Go to the gym, do a few bicep curls and a bench press, and maybe a couple of sit ups, and think I'm going to the gym and training, right? Just
Yeah.
which it's
Yeah.
yeah, just not training smart.
Yeah. You're probably just going through the motions and with no real structure
Yeah, correct. No, yeah, yeah,
to
no
or intent.
plan
Yeah.
and etc. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And I guess in the process, you became the best version of yourself and a
yeah,
better,
yeah. No, so feeling good.
role model for your daughter
Yeah,
as well.
and